Hello everybody, this is Pastor Green. We're doing another Bible study, Exodus chapter 18. If you'd like me to come speak at your church or if you have any questions, you can email me at godsohman@gmail.com. Exodus 18, starting with verse 1. And when Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard all that God had done for Moses and the Israel his people, that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Now, we don't really know who Jethro is or the priest of Midian is. Well, Abraham married Sarah when Abraham was 99. Well, they got married a long time ago, but when Abraham was 99 and Sarah was 89, they had a baby, Isaac. Well, they waited their whole entire life to have a baby, and God made a promise to them. So at 99 and 89, they were able to have a baby. And that was pretty much considered a miracle because they were both quite old. Well, then, later on in life, Abraham married Kethren, and Abraham was 147. Well, they had a baby. They had a couple babies. I think they had 6 of them. And one of them was Midian, which is the head of the Midianites. And Kethren's father would be Jethro. So, Jethro would be Ketren's father, so that would be Abram's father-in-law. It says, when Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he sent her back, and I don't exactly know what it meant by he sent her back. I don't know if he was discontented or sent her back home. I don't know, because we'll know in the future. And her 2 sons, of which the name of one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And it's interesting, Jethro's calling these 2 children her 2 sons. Not Moses' 2 sons, but her 2 sons. Because he's a Midianite and he's not a Jew or a Christian. So it's her sons, because he has other gods that he follows. And the name of the other one was Eleazar, for the God of my father, he said, he is mine to help, and deliver me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife to Moses in the wilderness, where he encamped in the Mount of God. Now Moses is saying, they're my sons, or both of them are my sons. So it's funny that Jethro calls them her sons, and Moses says, it's my sons. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, have come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. So again, he's calling them her 2 sons, not his 2 sons. And Moses went in to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him. And they asked each other the welfare, and they came to the tent. And obeisance basically means they bow down. So they're basically having a little talk. What's going on in your life? What happened? What's going on new with you? And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done to the Pharaoh and the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that has come upon them in the way, and how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness of which the Lord had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. So Jethro is excited. Wow, all these great things happen. Your Lord's amazing. He saved you from the Israelites. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who had delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hands of Pharaoh, who had delivered the people under the hand of the Egyptians. So he's saying, your God's just amazing. And now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods. For in the things wherein they dealt purely was above them. So Jethro's now saying, I know that your God, Jehovah, is greater than all the other gods. And again, the Midianites, they had multiple gods over there. It is saying that they took over the Egyptian gods, which they dealt proudly with. They were very proud of their gods. And he's saying that Jehovah is the greatest God of all of them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and a sacrifice for God. And Aaron came and all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. So they had a big feast. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood by Moses from the morning until the evening. Now this is really kind of the crux of this whole chapter, so I'm going to go a little slow on this part. So basically, all the people, all these millions of people, they wanted to come to Moses and they wanted to get their problem solved. So they stood in a big old line, and they go in front of Moses, and they basically tell them their disputes. Such and such happened, what should I do? And basically Moses was set to be a judge in front of all these people. And when Moses' father-in-law saw that all he did to the people, he said, "What is this thing that thou hast done to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by there from morning to evening?" So he's saying, what are you doing? You're sitting here all day until the evening. You're judging all these people's problems. Why are you doing this all by yourself? And Moses said unto the father-in-law, "Because the people come unto me to inquire of God." So Moses is saying, the people's coming to me, asking me what God would do with these different disputes, and because I speak to God, I'm answering their questions. And when they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one another, and I do make them know the statutes of God and His laws. So the people come and they say, "Hey, this guy, he hurt my cat. All right, give him, 5 pennies or whatever to take care of your cat." Or, "Hey, we're having a dispute on this land. What should we do?" And then, basically Moses is a judge for all these people with any kind of problems that they have. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, "The thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and thy people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone." You gotta understand, I think there's like 2 million people at this point. And if you just continually dealing with all these problems day and night, you're gonna wear yourself out. It's gonna continually happen. You're not gonna be able to deal with this for very long because you're doing this by yourself, and you can't do it by yourself. "Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. For thou art the people of God word, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God." So Jethro is saying, I'm going to give you advice. He's not giving you a command. He's saying, I'm going to give you advice, and you're going to have God give you advice. "And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and thou shalt show them the way where they must walk, and the work that they must do." So he's saying, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to teach you what to do. You're going to teach people ordinances and laws, and you're going to teach these people the work they could do. He's basically saying, I want you to have many judges to deal with the people. "Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all these people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers over thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. So we're going to have these different people set aside, and their job is to judge. "And let them judge the people at all seasons, and it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So it shall be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee." So it's kind of like the American court system. You have a county judge, they deal with the matter, and if they can't deal with it, it goes to the state judge, and they have the matter. If they can't deal with it, it goes to the Supreme Court. So you're going to have all these little small judges, and if the first set of judges that deals with 10 people can't deal with it, they'll go to the judge that deals with 50, and they'll go to the judge that deals with 100, and then up to 1,000. And if none of those can deal with it, you'll be the Supreme Court, and it'll go to you. "If thou do these things, and God commands thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all the people shall also go their place in peace." So basically Jethro's saying, this is my counsel. If you want to do it, and God approves of it, then you should be able to endure this. It won't be too heavy for you. And all the people will be able to understand the laws and the rules, and it'll be a lot easier for them as well. So Moses hearkened unto the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he said. So he said, you know what? I think that's good advice. God likes it. We're going to go ahead and have these little mini court systems, and so that everybody can get their things dealt with, peacefully. And Moses chose able men out of all of Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. And they judged the people at all seasons. In the hard cases they brought to Moses, but every small matter they judged for themselves. So he set up this system, and the small matters they dealt with, and if it got too hard, they went to the next person, and it went to the next person. And if none of them could figure it out, I went to Moses. They set up basically a court system. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, you can email me. Also, you can comment below. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to put some more links on the screen. The bottom right is going to be Exodus. The top left is probably going to be Genesis Bible study. And the bottom left is going to be a video, probably the Ark encounter or something like that. And I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day.